Hello friends and my dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. I hope you are all well and your studies are also going on well. This is part 10 video on the chapter of linear equations into variables, where I will be solving 5 conceptual problems. This is set 1 based on the concept of solutions and graph of linear equations that I discussed on in part 4 and 5. This video is part of the playlist CBSE Maths for class 9 following the textbook of author RD Sharma. If you find this video beneficial, then please like it, share it with your friends, and please support me by subscribing to my channel. And do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. Okay, the first problem says that the point 3 comma 2 lies on the graph of the linear equation 2x minus a minus 1 y is equal to 5a plus 1. If the same point also lies on the graph of the linear equation, an equation is given, then find the value of b. Okay, so first of all, we know that the 3.2 lies on from the fact that 3 comma 2, this point lies on graph of the equation 2x minus a minus 1 y is equal to 5a plus 1. So this means that the order pair 3 comma 2, or we can say x equals to 3 and y equals to 2 is the root of this equation. So we know that a point on the graph of a given equation, when considered as an ordered pair, it will be a root of the given equation. Alternatively, conversely, a root of a given equation when considered as an ordered pair will be the coordinate of a point on the graph of the equation. So this means that x equals to 3 and y equals to 2 will satisfy the equation. So we must have 2 multiplied by 3 minus a minus 1 multiplied by 2 is equal to 5a plus 1. Clearly we get a linear equation in A, and we can easily solve for A from this equation. So we have 6 minus twice a plus 2 is equal to 5a plus 1. So this implies 7a. Bringing all the a terms to the right hand side, we get 7a, and all the constant to the left hand side, we have 5. Let me check once again. 7a, 7, sorry, this is 7. So this implies that a is equal to 1. So the value of a is equal to 1. Now it says that the same point 3 comma 2 also lies on the graph of the linear equation. Another equation is given. So the 3.2 will also satisfy the equation, the other equation, that is this. So it is given that 3 comma 2, this point lies on the graph of this equation. So 3 comma 2 will be a root of this equation, and it will satisfy the equation. So satisfying the root 3 comma 2 in the given equation, in the second equation we have 4 multiplied by 3 plus 1 minus twice a, y is 2 is equal to 3b. This implies 12 minus 4a plus 2 is equal to 3b. This implies what is a? A is 1. So 12 minus 4 into 1 plus 2 is equal to 3b. This implies 3b is equal to 10 minus 2, 10. So this implies B is equal to 10 by 3. A is 1, okay, so minus 1 minus 2, 12, 10, okay. B is 10 by 3, so the value of B is 10 by 3. Now, if you have any question in my solution, in my way of explanation, the concepts I am applying, if you are not understanding anything or if you have any doubt or questions, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section. I will definitely do my best to help you out. Let's see the next problem. Question number 2. Let the graph of the equation 2x plus y equals to 6 cuts the y-axis and x-axis at the points x1, y1 and x2, y2 respectively. Find the value of x2 plus 1 whole to the power x1 plus y2. So the graph of the equation, so we have the equation 2x plus y equals to 6. Now we can from this equation we can easily find out where the coordinates of the points where the graph will cut the x-axis and y-axis. So visually, let's try to understand. So this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. Let's say the on the x-axis, the graph of this equation, let's say which will be a line cuts the x-axis at the point A. Definitely, the coordinate of any point on the x-axis will be of the form a comma 0. Ordinate will be 0 for any point lying on the x-axis. And let's say the point A is at a distance small a from the origin O to the right hand side. Now A could also be negative, which we can easily find out. So, and let's say the graph of the line is intersecting the y-axis at the point let's say B, and we know the coordinate of any point that lies on the y-axis will be of the form 0 comma B, where the point B is at a distance B from the origin. Now the point B could be below the origin and also the point A could be to the left hand side of the origin, which will be clear when we will find the value of A and B. So now definitely the point A and B lies, let's say the graph of the given equation be the line PQ. So A and B are lying points lying on the graph PQ. So therefore A comma 0 will satisfy the equation 2x plus y equals to 6. Also 0 comma B will also be a root of the equation 2x plus y equals to 6, and A comma 0 will also be a root. So satisfying the root, we will satisfy 0 comma B as the root of the equation. We get 2 into 0 plus B equals to 6. This implies B is equal to 6. And satisfying A comma 0, that is the coordinate of the point A, as an ordered pair, A comma 0 as the root. A comma 0 is also a root of the equation 2x plus y equals to 6. So satisfying A comma 0 in the equation, we get 2 into A plus 0 is equal to 6. This implies A is equal to 3. So the point B is 0 comma B is 6 and the point A is 3 comma 0. So in the problem it is given that the graph of the equation cuts the y-axis at the points x1 comma y1. So clearly we will have x1 is equals to 0 and y1 is equal to 6, and the graph cuts the x-axis at the point x2 comma y2. So clearly we have x2 is equal to 3 and y2 will be equal to 0. So now we know x1 y1 x2 y2, we can easily find the value of the given expression. So this implies x2 plus x1 x2 plus y1 whole to the power x1 plus y2 is x2 is 3, y1 is 6, and x1 is 0 and y2 is also 0. So this is equal to 9 to the power 0, which is 1. Let's see the next problem. Question number 3. Find the area of the region bounded by the graphs of the equations x equals to 4, x equals to 2, y equals to 1 and y minus 3 equals to 0. So you must be very clear in drawing the graph of the equations of the form x equals to a or y equals to b, where a and b are some constants. A and b are some real values, real constants. So let's quickly draw the graph of the four equations in the Cartesian plane. So this is the Cartesian plane, y-axis, x-axis, O is the origin, 0, 0. Now what will be the graph of the equation x equals to 4? X equals to 4 means that any point, all the abscissa, all the abscissa or x coordinate of the points lying on the graph of x equals to 4 will be 4, which is, it is a line parallel to the y-axis. It is a line parallel to y-axis and at a distance of 4 to the right hand side of the y-axis, because x is equal to 4. 4 is positive. So x equals to 4 will be the line something like this. Let's say the line graph be AB, and it will intersect the x-axis at the point P, whose coordinate will be 4, 0. Similarly, x equals to 2 will also be a line parallel to y-axis, but it will be at a distance 2 to the right hand side of y. So let's say this be the graph or line of the equation x equals to 2. Let's say it is intersecting the x-axis at the point Q. So the coordinate of the Q will be 2, 0. Now what is y equals to 1? What will be the graph of the equation y equals to 1? It will be a line parallel to the since y is equal to 1, it will be a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance y above the x-axis, because y equals to 1 is positive. So something like this. Let's say this be E, F be the line of the graph, or be the graph of the equation y equals to 1. Okay. So PQ. Now let's say, okay, so it is intersecting the line EF, which is the graph of the equation y equals to 1, is intersecting the y-axis at a point R, whose coordinate will be 0, 1. Okay. Now y equals to minus 3. It will be a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance 3 from the origin, but it will be the line will lie below the origin, because y minus 3 is equal to y minus 3 equal to 0 can be rewritten as y equals to 3. So it will be a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance 3 from the origin above the x-axis. So it will be somewhere. Okay, I think do not have space. I have to extend these lines. This was CD and this was AB. So the line, the graph of the equation y equals to 3 will be a line parallel to x-axis at a distance 3 from the origin. So let's say this be the line. GH be the line or graph of the equation y equals to 3. Now what is the area of the region bounded by the graph of these four equations? It will be the area bounded by the lines CD, AB, CD, EF and GH, which is the area, this area. This is the area bounded by the four lines, which is bounded by the graphs of the four equations, which are the lines AB, CD, EF and GH. Now, quite obviously, it will be a rectangle, and we know its area will be length into breadth. So how do I know? So let's say the line GH is intersecting the line CD and AB at the points, let's say these be the points S and T, and let's say the line EF is intersecting the line CD and AB at points, this point is U and this point B, V. Clearly the required area of bounded region will be equal to SU multiplied, the length of SU multiplied by UV. What is SU? What is SU? The length of SU. It will be S and U lie on the same line CD, and the length of SU will be the ordinate of the point S minus the ordinate of the point U. Now, what is the ordinate of the point U? The point U lies on the line EF, which is at a distance 1 from the origin. So the ordinate of point U will be 1. And what will be the ordinate of point S? Ordinate means y coordinate. The ordinate of point S will be the distance of the line GH from origin, which will be 3. So 3 minus 1 is the length of SU multiplied by what is UV. UV is the length of UV will be equal to the abscissa of the point V minus the abscissa of the point U. The point V is lying on the line AB, which is at a distance 2 from the origin. So the x coordinate or abscissa of point V is 2. So 2 minus what will be the abscissa of point U. The point U is lying on the line CD, which is at a distance CD, which is at a distance 2 from the origin. So the x coordinate or abscissa of point Q is 2. I think I did a mistake in the finding the x coordinate of the point V. The x coordinate of the point V will be the distance of the line AB from the origin, which is 4. So this is 4. Okay, so this is 2 multiplied by 2, that is 4 square units is the area of the region bounded by the 4 lines, which are the graphs of the given 4 equations. Let's see the next problem. If the equations 4x equals to 3 and y equals to minus 7 are written as equations in 2 variables as a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0 respectively, then if a1a2 plus a2b1 is equal to k into c1 plus c2, find value of k. So 2 equations are given, 4x minus 3 equal to 0. Let's if I write it in the standard form of a linear equation in 2 variables, it will be 4 multiplied by x plus 0 into y plus minus 3 equals to 0. Now it is given that the equation 4x equals to 3 when written as equation in 2 variables is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0. So this implies that a1 is equal to 4, b1 is equal to 0 and c1 is equal to minus 3. Similarly, the second equation y equals to minus 7, if I write it in the standard form, it will be 0 into x. Since there is no x, we write 0 into x plus y plus 7 is equal to 0. So this implies it is given that y equals to minus 7 when written in the form written as the linear equation in 2 variables, it is of the form a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. So we can clearly say a2 will be 0, b2 will be 1 and c2 will be 7. So we have found the values of A1 B1 C1 and A2 B2 C2. Now let's see what is A1 B2 plus A2 B1. This is equal to A1 is 4, B2 is 1 plus A2 is 0 and B1 is 1. So this is basically 4. Okay, and what is C1 plus C2? C1 plus C2 is 7 plus 3, which is 10. So it is given that A1 B2 plus A2 B1 is equal to K into C1 plus C2. So we must have 4 is equal to K into 10. So this implies K is equal to 4 by 10, which is equal to 2 by 5. Let's see the next problem, the last problem in this set. Determine the point on the graph of the linear equation 2x plus 5y equals to 19 where whose ordinate is 1.5 times its abscissa. So an equation is given 2x plus 5y equals to 19. We have to consider its graph and then we have to find a point on the graph of this equation so that the coordinates, if you consider the coordinates of that point, the x coordinate, the y coordinate will be 1.5 times its abscissa. Okay, so let the point on the graph of 2x plus 5y, let the required whose coordinate we have to find, let the required point on the graph of is, since it is given that the ordinate is 1.5 times the abscissa. So if I consider the abscissa as A, then the ordinate will be 1.5 times means 3 by 2. So 3 by 2A. So this is the form of the coordinate of the point which we have to find, where we can see that ordinate is 1.5 times the abscissa. Okay, so this will imply that A comma 3A by 2 is a root of this equation, the given equation, which is 2x plus 5y plus 5y is equal to 19. So the point that is the ordered pair A comma 3 by 2 must satisfy the given linear equation. So we must have 2 into A plus 5y, y is 3A by 2 should be equal to 19. So this implies, after simplifying, twice A plus 15A by 2 is equal to 19. This implies 19A by 2 is equal to 19. So this implies A is equal to 2. A is equal to 2. So this implies the required point on the graph of the given equation, so that the ordinate is 1.5 times the abscissa is A comma 3A by 2. A is 2 and 3A by 2 is 3 by 2 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 2 comma 3. So 2 comma 3 is the coordinate of the point on the graph of the given equation, where the ordinate is 3 by 2 times the abscissa. So with this, it comes to an end in solving the first set of 5 conceptual problems on the entire chapter of linear equations in 2 variables, particularly the concept of solutions of a linear equation and the graph of a linear equation. If this video was beneficial, then please like it, share it with your friends, and once again, please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. In the next video, I will be solving the set 2 of another 5 conceptual problems. So please stay tuned. I'm ending the video here. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.